Hello everyone, it's Musical Aviator here. We're here on the ground at Ballina Airport at Byron Bay. As you can see, quite a detailed airport. This is actually a Freeware airport by AWIS Aussie, also known as AWIS Aussie Scenery, AWIS Aussie Airports. Completely Freeware. Very detailed little airport. All the parking signs look completely like they do at the real airport. Security controlled zone, all of that, one way. Thrifty car rentals, AWIS car rentals, airport business. Up there in front of us is a Virgin Australia 737. It's actually a Virgin Blue 737 to be honest. Special repaint done by Tyler Boyd. The AFL colours. Virgin Blue proudly flying the AFL, and you can see up the front here all of the AFL team symbols. St Kilda's, Hawks, Richmond, Essendon, Suns, and so on. Also on the other side, you know, Geelong Cats, the Dockers, Lions, and that team that everyone hates, Collingwood. And down on the bottom, Kangaroos, North Melbourne, Sydney Swans, and so on. So we'll be flying this aircraft from the regional airport Byron Ballina on the real world flight velocity 1142 for the RealOps fly-in Sydney. Today is Saturday the 5th of July 2014. Just going to log in, make sure that our flight plan is all there. Apparently is. Cool. And we'll start off by aligning the IRS. As you probably noticed from the noise outside, we have the aircraft on ground power. There's a ground power unit right there. Just behind those antennas, vertically polarized UHF antennas. A very great airport. All of it freeware. You can get it for free. I've sent a link below. But as you can see, it's a very detailed airport. Now this airport is a CTAF in real life, which means that there's no air traffic control tower. That means the first communication that we have with an active air traffic control unit, both in this flight on VATSIM and in real life, would be with Brisbane Centre. Okay, there's our identification. Air rack is current. And we're going to set the RS position using the GPS. That's set now. And YBNA, which is our location. We have a co-route, which I'm going to enter. We have Ballina to Sydney. And the call sign VOZ for velocity 1142. Just going to check. We have Ballina's NDB, BNA, NDB. Whiskey 4904 to Gamble. Whiskey 98 to MSO, which is Mount Sandon. 862 to Corky, H12 to Sydney. So I'm going to activate that. Zero fuel weight today, 56.6 tonnes metric. And looking over here for our alternate, which is Williamtown 575 plus a fixed reserve of 1.1, another one, we 1.8. Cost index 30. Flight level 380. Stop checking something up there, that's fine. Seatbelt signs can come on because we have been fueled already. Going to do a D rate of 15. So again, 25. Current actual temperature is 15. QNH 1015. FAPS 5. Takeoff. Center of gravity trim. That is 22.6. Let's take a look at the weather. Now for this I'm actually going to call the AWIS at Ballina on the telephone. Put that on speaker.
Visibility 10 kilometers. Dew point 10. Humidity 84%. Rainfall last 10 minutes nil. Ballina, AWS Aerodrome weather. Wind 320 degrees magnetic. 1 knots. QNH 1015 hectopascals. Temperature 13. Cloud clear below 2,000 feet. Visibility 10 kilometers. Dew point 10. Humidity 84%. Rainfall last 10 minutes nil. Ballina.
Right, so there's our weather. QNH was 1015. Wind is pretty much a direct crosswind, which is a bit disappointing. We'll take runway 06 I think, because that's the closest one to taxi to, and the requirement to backtrack. So let's set that, runway 06, and takeoff page. Let's go. Bags are going in. Just a great scenery, isn't it? I mean, there's only enough space on the apron for 2 large aircraft and a few propeller planes, but very nice. Alright, let's have a look at our departure brief. Let's do safety brief. So the runway is 1,900 metres long, just a little under 2 kilometres, 30 metres wide. I'll be flying. We'll be taking off runway 06. We have a crosswind directly. That's less than 5 knots. After takeoff we do anticipate a right hand turn to join track, and the track is, as per the FMS legs page, 253 to Gamble. So 253 outbound, and we may not be inside radar coverage to start with. Initial climb will be to 8,000 feet. That's it. And lower limit of E-class airspace is 8,500. Assume that we do have any problems, up to 100 knots we can abort. After 100 knots we need to be mindful of the V1 speed, 132. After 132 knots we're committed for takeoff, rotating speed at 134, and V2 safety speed is 145 knots, and that's set in the bug. If we do need to return, we'll make a right hand circuit and come back on to runway 06. Assuming everything goes correctly, we'll be heading out to Gamble, and we'll need to talk to Brisbane Centre sometime before 8,000 feet to get our clearance to enter class Echo and then class Charlie. CTAF is 124.2, and that's set, and Brisbane Centre is 124.8, and that's it. Okay, that's the rear door. They're saying that they don't have any more passengers, so they're closing. In that case, let's get our APU going. Fuel pump is on. The rest of that's fine. APU coming up. And just need to check that out. More pressure coming up. EGT rolling. And the APU can do that on its own. Door dampener can come on now. Okay, configuration for takeoff will be 5. Take the warning. That's working well. APU is running. Set that APU, get rid of the ground power. Ground power off. Front door is closing. And the stairs coming away now. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking from the flight deck, and joining me on the flight deck this afternoon is YouTube. Thanks for flying with us on service 1142 from Ballina to Sydney. We will be underway shortly. And in that time I ask that you follow the directions of flight attendants to your seats and ensure that your seat belt is securely fastened. Hope you enjoy our flight today from Ballina to Sydney. For those of you travelling onwards from Sydney, I also wish you a safe and happy onwards journey. I'll probably give you a bit of a spiel once we're up in the air and looking at Sydney for an arrival time and the weather at Sydney. Until then, sit back and relax and enjoy our flight, and stay attentive to the attendant's directions. Thank you. Okay, let's talk to who are we talking to? Okay, that's the SITA. Ballina traffic, velocity 1142 on the main apron. Gate number 2 is starting engines. Okay, we'll start engines. Fuel pumps on. Pack's coming off. Anti-collision lights are on. And I'll turn on the yaw dampener. Just checking that everything is clear. Clear to the left. And clear to the right. Nothing much behind us. So we'll go. Engine number 2. Set to ground. Engine number 2. N2 is rising. %, and engine number 2 idle. Okay, that sounds fine, and waiting for starter cutout. We'll go with engine number 1. Engine 1, N2 rising, and set to idle. Start a cutout. Okay, let's grab Brisbane Centre. Brisbane Centre, velocity 1142 on the ground at Ballina. Taxis runway 06 for Sydney. Have 167 POV.
Velocity 1142, Brisbane Centre, g'day, no reported IFR traffic, score 4167.
Go with the traffic, say again, score code, sorry, at 1142.
1142, score 4167.
Go to score code 4167, velocity 1142. Alright, score code 4167. Let's do the before takeoff checks. Configuration is set, recall checked, and clear. Let's set flap 5. Okay, flight controls, let's check those. And the rudder as well. Okay, that's set. And flaps are set 5 green. Stabilizer trim is to be set to 4.89. About there. Takeoff briefing has been completed, and the cabin not quite yet secure, but I'm sure it will be soon. We have those things set. Just want to get my position correct.
Qantas 161, Brisbane Centre, receiving voices.
Don't need them. Need to talk to CTAF again. And 380 set. Okay, let's check that. Fuel pumps are good. Generator is fine. Electricals. Seatbelt signs and all that is good. Alright, let's move. Brakes off, I'm clear. To the left, completely clear, and clear to the right. Let's go. Clock's on. Traffic Ballina. Velocity 1142, a 737 taxis to runway 06 via Alpha. Right, reviewing after departure, it's a right hand turn, we can see that in the ND, and then we join to join that outbound radial, which is 253 to Gamble. Using VNAV at heading mode on departure, since there is no RNAV SID. Runway heading 063 set. So coming up on runway 06, let's take a look on the approach side. Nothing there. Let's turn on all the lights that I can get my hands on. And below the line. Start switch is continuous, MCP is set for departure 8000, transponder is TARA, and that is now set. What the? I didn't even have a button for that. Traffic, Ballina, velocity 1142, enters runway 06 backtrack. Unfortunately nothing on the approach. Somehow by turning on the transponder we ended up with Toga. I'll have to check through some things to see why that happened. Nav's back off. Stuff. Okay, velocity 1142, Ballina traffic. Velocity 1142 is running runway 06 to Sydney. Right hand turn and then overhead departure. 50%. Fast stable. Toga. Takeoff power set. Last hold. 100 knots. Positive rate, gear up. Ballina traffic, velocity 1142, 737 is airborne 06, turning right to join overhead, and then the 253 radial outbound. VNAV set, make the right hand turn now. Heading select. 1907. Flaps 1. Flaps up. contact the centre. Keep that turn going through to Ballina, NDB. Time 5958, Mr. Punch. Brisbane Centre, velocity 1142, departed Ballina, time 59er. Tracking to intercept the outbound 253 radial to Gamble.
Velocity 1142, you're identified, cleared to Sydney via Gamble, flight plan route on flight level 380.
Clear to Sydney via Gamble, flight level 380, velocity 1142.
Velocity 917, Brisbane Centre, climb to maintain flight level 370. Plus 161, we're ready to set flight level 210.
Okay, LNAV set. And I'll just straighten that out for the autopilot. Autopilot set command. Okay, takeoff checks, air conditioning and pressurization. Now we have that set to auto and coming through 4 psi. 10,000 feet, QNH standard. Start switches are off. Landing gear up and off. Auto brakes are off. Flaps up, no line, and altimeter set standard. Passing through 10,000. Let's get rid of the landing lights and the logo.
FA 161 start clear available.
And seatbelt signs. Seatbelt signs auto.
FA 161, you cleared the Boree for arrival, runway 34 left, maintain flight level 370. Okay, Sydney, Brisbane Centre, g'day. Flight to flight level 400.
Just there behind the aircraft you can see the Ballina scenery by Aussie Freeware, and surrounding that is FTX Australia by Orbix. Alrighty, so we're pretty much clear of the airport. We've been cleared to enter controlled airspace, which we're just doing now. Up to flight level 380. Our takeoff checks are complete. I'll just probably head down here to put in some wind. flight plan. Flight level 380 at Mount Sandorn is 267 at 73 knots. Set and up.
Go Cap 114, start clearing tail.
Cool. I'm going to relax a bit now.
Just 403, Brisbane going again, climb to flight level 240.
There's Gamble. Just below us is probably the township and airport of Casino, New South Wales. In fact, I'll probably chuck on the airport waypoint or something. There we go. See the almost right on top of it. Are on top of it. Yankee Charlie Alpha Sierra is Casino to township in New South Wales.
Go Cap 114, Brisbane Centre.
Has its own. It's not really an airport anymore. It's just an aviation recreational area. Half of it's been turned into a caravan park apparently. A little bit of aviation humour. The word gamble, JNBL, that's a waypoint, that's over at
flight level 370.
That's another beacon pressurisation. Yeah, that's all holding well. 7 psi and cabin pressure inside the cabin is equivalent of about 4,000 feet right now. On track we're heading. Righty, so we're on the climb with Brisbane Centre. We're hoping to get into Sydney. Let's see what time that will happen. Time almost on the hour, in fact. It's about a 10-minute taxi back from there, so 10 past.
So 021 Brisbane Centre, g'day, so climb to flight level 330.
Complete flight time, 1 hour and 4 minutes.
Delta 403, climb to flight level 300. Go Cat 114, Brisbane. Go Cat 114, Brisbane Centre, start first available. Go Cat 114, Fusibori for arrival, runway 34 right, when ready to descend flight level 210.
44 arrival, runway 34 right, when ready to descend
Anyhow, for an explanation, what we've just done there was a CTAF departure. So the airport Ballina has no control tower in real life at any point in time. So it's a common traffic advisory frequency where the pilots have to make broadcast reports.
It's 403, on maintain flight level 340.
Also you communicate with Brisbane Centre as you're making your way outbound, because we do of course need to enter Class A airspace eventually at flight level 245 on an IFR flight plan. So we give them a heads up and they give us a basic idea of what's happening. IFR aircraft inbound to Ballina or outbound. In this case it was done inbound or outbound. And they also give you a squawk code. Squawk your transponder on the squawk code pretty much as you enter the runway with your broadcast, which is to say that you're entering the runway, which runway, if you're backtracking or not, and other broadcasts as you depart the field. Once you leave the CTAF area, contact Brisbane again,
210,000, City QX 1014.
and preferably to get clearance before you enter the E-class airspace at 8,500. You notice there that I set 8,000 foot as my climb, because that's the bottom of the E-class in IFR levels. Gives you a 500 foot buffer.
Class 161, descent to 10,000, QNH 1014.
Once you contact Brisbane Approach in the G-class airspace before entering E-class, they'll give you a clearance, which is basically an IFR clearance to continue your climb into controlled airspace, at which point you're pretty much flying like a normal airliner from any normal airport that you'd normally fly in VATSIM, Class C or D.
Okay, 114. Jets 811, Brisbane Centre, g'day, climb to maintain flight level 360.
Right, looking at the significant weather chart, we see a jet stream just popping across. Two of them, in fact, parallel. The one that's interesting us is the one that's between Sydney and where we are.
Quartus 161, contact
There's no actual
124 days 44, good night.
It seems to me that there's no clear air turbulence associated with that, and for the most part we're in clear weather. There's a little bit of turbulence closer to the ground. Sydney METAR is suggesting that there's severe turbulence below 5,000. And wind 270 at 14 knots. Go okay. 14 degrees. QNH 1014.
QNH 106 Delta, Brisbane Centre, go.
Just going to plug in some winds for our descent. I will do that now. Descent forecast. Level 110 is in transition, that's correct. And we have wind for 350, 280 and 210.
Velocity 917, Brisbane Centre, start clearance available. Velocity 917, clears the Gold Coast 6 Alpha, arrival, runway 01, maintain flight level 30.
Well, at this we have also The first one there, 264 at 68. Level 290. That's not 290, it's 280. That's it there. 280 is 262 at 60. And at 210 we have 259 at 48. I'll execute that. And it's fine actually. It's 252 at 33 at level 140. 1,000 foot to go. Quite a lot of New South Wales coastline to go down. We'll kind of track inland a bit and then make a sharp turn to the left to get into Sydney. Not that sharp to be honest. You can see it on the map there. Just a little couple of degrees to the left. Just zoom into the map, see what we're near. Armadale's coming up close. Tamworth down there. FMC, speed and a VNAV path set. Top of Sand's only about 100 miles away, so we're probably in range of ATIS. It's going to be HF2 on 20.
SR 404 Southwest level.
SR 404.
Add that.
SR 404, you clear degree 5 arrival, runway 14 maintain flight level 370. Aircat 114 descend to 10,000, Sydney QNH 1014.
It's going to dial up the real ATIS as well. Taking the real voice.
25 for departures, runway 34. Available for departure if operationally required. Parallel runway operations in progress. Wind 250 degrees, 15 knots. Crosswind maximum 15 knots. Runway 34. Cab OK. Temperature 14. QNH 1014. Forecast moderate turbulence, low 5,000 feet. Thicknet Melbourne Echo 02, altitude 1200. On first contact with Sydney, ground or approach, notify receipt of Delta. Time check 0918.5. Sydney, terminal information Delta. Expect independent visual approach. Do not pass through assigned runway centerline. Runway 34 left and right for arrivals. Runway 25 for departures. Runway 34 left available for departure if operationally required. Parallel runway operation.
Cool, so I've got parallel runway operations in progress. 34 left and right for arrivals. 25 to departures. There's QNH 1024. That's preset now. Wind 270 at 14 knots, so mostly crosswind. Also had moderate turbulence below 5,000 feet, so that's something to watch out for.
Okay, 114 resystem. You go at 114, just confirming there for 10,000, go notes 1014, and contact City Approach 124, dates for forecast.
10,000, contact City Approach 124, dates for forecast.
And in AWIS 021, star clearance available. AWIS 021, your star clearance for Brisbane, the Blacker 6 Alpha arrival runway 01, maintain flight level 330. West wind 49, wind ready descent, flight level 230, full sequencing, maintain 280 knots on the descent. Want to say to you, Brisbane, you back on frequency.
So having a look at here, we have, yeah, we're about even with Kempsey, maybe Port Macquarie. Coffs Harbour up this way a little. Not sure visually. Down here we have Yankee Tango Romeo Echo, that's Taree.
The station calling into the ground station.
And just south of there is Williamtown, the Air Force Base. About this time next week, give or take a day, I will be flying a Cherokee up to just south of Taree and then down past Williamtown, back to Sydney. So I'll be coming out of Richmond, of course, up to West Maitland, passing West Maitland, northbound inland, and then down south to Williamtown, back around to stop at West Maitland, and back down to Sydney. That's assuming the weather is being confident.
Qantas to 8 heavy, report your cruising mark.
Cruise mark, decimal 85.
Qantas 8 heavy, speed being reduced to not above mark decimal 80.
Mark decimal 80.
Any luck, we'll be getting our clearance soon, so I'd imagine it'll be the Bore Re 5 arrival.
Velocity 917 when ready, descent flight level 190.
See that 72 knot mostly crosswind there, that's that jet stream along that before.
Ticket 361 with you, flight level 194.
Executive 361 Brisbane, g'day, climb and maintain flight level 350.
Climb and maintain 350, ticket 361.
Cafe 161 heavy, 36 times 4 Sydney Bore at time 36, Ballina time 570.
I think that's everyone just
Cafe 161 heavy, for sequencing Sydney, cross Bore at time 36.
Cross slowly on 36. Okay.
Cafe 161, if that requires you to reduce below 280 knots, let me know.
Below 280 knots,
You Cafe 161 if that sequencing fix requires you to slow down below 280 knots, let me know, because the traffic's behind you.
Okay.
I think we might chuck in our arrival. It'll be on top of us as soon as we blink. $40 stop us out. Well, obviously Bore Re 5, I reckon that's 3-4, right? Let's see what that does with the charts. So on the Bore, we need to cross Barrow below 9,000. There we go, see that. and dipper above 6,000. So that's just put a couple of extra miles on before our top of the set. Assuming that we're runway 34.
Velocity 1142, start clearance level.
1142, ready, copy.
Velocity 1142, clear the 485, arrival runway 34 right, when ready to descend, flight level 210.
Clear the Bori 5 arrival, runway 34 right, and we're ready down to flight level 210, velocity 1142. Level 210 is set. Alright, let's put the rest of this stuff in. The runway 34
yes,
right.
404, when ready, descend flight level 190.
Okay then, so for the arrival, it's the Bori 5 arrival, after Corky. Sadlo Bori, Burrow below 9,000, Olvis, Major. Dipper below 6,000, say again, above 6,000. Then Jacqueline, and from Jacqueline that's radar vectors to arrival runway 34.
Qantas 8 heavy, start clearance level.
34 right. 34 right, we intercept at Susan above 3,000.
Qantas 8 heavy, with the 485, arrival runway 34.
After that there is a final
maintain
approach
flight
fix
level 400.
at 8.6 DME. We need to cross above 1,900, but we do expect to cross at 2,240, that is set. And we end up on runway 34. ILS 434. And the ILS is 109.3.
513, Brisbane 7 over, class flight level 340.
And 109.3 is set. We have inbound course 335 already set both sides. Let's have a look at the minimums. 270. Okay, 270 feet, which is equivalent of 257 radar. That's on a 3.3 missed approach class go around procedure. Speaking of which, missed approach is runway heading to 600 feet, and then a right turn to 070, which is almost a 90-degree turn to the right.
Cathay 161 heavy, ascent 10,000, finish destination 1014.
The requirement there is to climb to 2,000 feet or as directed by traffic control.
It's 403, start clearance level.
No minimum set, 270.
It's 403, include the 485, arrival runway 34 right, maintain flight level 340.
Let's look at the fuel. We currently have 3.5 and we will have 2.9.
Velocity 1142, 4 sequencing cross Bori, time 47.
Got across Bori, time 47, velocity at 1142. Need to increase our speed for that. Let's go 300 knots. Oops. And the same max speed, 0.875. So again, 785. Let's see how that affects the data. 47. We're good. So we just increased the descent speed to 300 knots on the descent. We don't need to do anything with the speed in the cruise. And using just that descent speed, we will do two things. We'll actually descend quicker, as in a higher rate of descent, which means that our top descent points move again further away.
Qualified heavy, 4
And we'll get to Bori
right, heading
quicker.
210.
Obviously, because we're moving faster. So I did that, just click the legs page, wrap data, and have a look at what we'll cross bore at. We need to about 4.7, we were at 4.8. Now let's look at our arrival. We need 135 with flat 40, although we do have severe moderate turbulence.
Aircraft calls that are still a bit muffled. They're
I think crosswind is about 10 knots.
50 miles away a bit, and that's okay.
So I'll use flat 30 with the 142. I'll just double check this. So 69.5. So again 59.5. Reduce its speed 141. So I'll do that. Flat 30, 141, which gives us 146 on the approach. No gusting.
419.
And the turbulence with the crosswind means that we just need a little bit more roll control. So flaps 30 is best for that. Using auto brake 2. Just looking at the runway itself, runway 34 right is 2,438 metres long, 45 metres wide.
Easy approach 124, that's full back.
We're going to come off on the uniform 1, most likely, and then straight on to Lima, and then take the second right on Bravo. We're on the descent checks.
Rossi 917 descends to 9,000.
Pressurisation, land altitude is as good as 0, it's 13 feet high. Anti-ice is not required, cab okay. Briefing has been completed.
Descends to flight level 190.
Fuel has been reviewed, we have 1,000 extra kilograms on arrival. And IAS has been set 141 with 146 as the approach speed. Altitude not set 270. Descent checklist complete.
Bravo Lima, uniform 42, Brisbane, Santa G'day, climb flight level 240.
Flight Lima, flight level 240, 242.
Double descent. Brisbane Centre, Aussie 1142, leaving flight level 380.
Aussie 1142. Qantas 8, when ready to descend to flight level 360.
Let's grab the cabin.
I'm ready, flight level 360.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. We have just begun our descent into Sydney at this time and do expect to be on time with a gate arrival of about 10 minutes past the hour. As we are descending into Sydney, I'd like to get you to return to your seats as soon as you can and ensure that your seatbelts are fastened. Currently we're just out of 38,000 feet on our descent. And we are expecting to track down to the south of Sydney. You'll see the airport off to our right, and then we'll make a right hand turn to line ourselves up with the runway. Currently in Sydney the wind is gusting along at about 25 knots. There is a bit of turbulence report, so it might be a little bit bumpy as we get further down. I'll be turning on the seatbelt signs a little bit early in preparation for that. Temperature in Sydney at the moment is 14 degrees with not many clouds, a little bit of scattered stuff, but it's a very reasonably fine and clear day. Temperature overnight is expected to reach a low of 9 degrees and tomorrow looks also fine with a top of about 18 or 19. Thanks again once again for flying with Virgin Australia from Ballina to Sydney on service flight 1142. Hope you enjoyed Sydney. Welcome home to those of you returning home. And a safe onward journey to those concluding well.
Ring you
5 days, Captain.
probably about an 8 for volume and 4 for readability. You start over modulating a bit, I think your mic's probably a bit too close to you now.
This is 419 with you, level 3, number 0.
MS 419, you're not yet identified, stand by. Media 021, descend to 10,000, reaching QNH 1015. Zero 21 descend to 10,000. Just 404, descend to 9,000, QNH 1015. Pilot 8, resume navigation direct to Corby flight plane route and Ori 5 arrival runway 3 for left.
Direct Corky flight plane route, Ori 3 for left, we advise might overshoot on the height restrictions.
You caught a fake, Roger, apologies for that. Descends to flight level 230.
Flight level 230, contemplating.
Velocity 1142, descend 10,000, finish 1014.
Down to 10,000, velocity 1142, probably QNH 1014. $10,000 feet set.
Area 021, cancel the start turn right heading 030. Velocity 917, descend to 5,000.
Okay, it's time to turn on those seatbelt signs. Camera crew, prepare aircraft for arrival.
Just 403, when ready, descend to flight level 210.
Pretty good weather out there. Just a couple of scattered clouds. I think we can already see Sydney from out here. Something like 70 or 80 miles away.
And it's coming through on the 102280, just that's the next.
It's 782, Richmond Centre, g'day, climb to flight level 350.
12350, just
Just 403 Indy, flight level 210. Media 021, descend to 10,000, 1015.
I'd say that's Lake's entrance and Tucker. Up there would be Brisbane Water and Gosford.
Just 811 start clearing for level. Just 811. Just 811, you'll clear to Glory 5, arrival runway 34 right, maintain flight level 360.
And that there is the Hawkesbury Glory
5, arrival runway 34 right. Just 403. Want to say heavy defense flight level 180.
Defense flight level 180, I'm taking.
Traffic 541, 15 bears to Sydney ATIS.
New Zealand 541, Brisbane 30 go, never. Velocity 1142, contact Sydney approach 124, that's before we go.
Road approach 124, decimal 4, velocity 1142. .4 set.
Cafe 161, turn left, heading 070. Go Cat 206, contact the tower 120.5.
Approach established from the AWIS number 340,
Tiger 206, contact tower 120.5.
bearing 230.5, Tiger 206,
Bye-bye.
Sydney approach, velocity 1142, descending 10,000 at flight level 130 with Victor.
Velocity 1142, approach descend to 6,000, runway 34 right, expect independent visual approach.
Down at 6,000, expecting visual approach, 34 right, velocity 1142.
Emirates 410, maintain present heading, descend to 4,000.
Question for Tony, is that Mangrove Creek?
Cafe 161, turn left, heading 005. Intercept the localizer, runway 34 left.
Mangrove Creek. In fact, there's that bridge and there's the road, so I'll put him about there.
And then approach 130 heavy, through flight level 190 for 10,000. Information here.
Station calling standby.
Cafe 161. Would you prefer ILS or visual approach?
That there looks like Brooklyn Bridge. And
Cafe 161 cleared ILS from 134 left approach.
Patonga, right about there. And the big massive hill between Patonga and
Emirates 410, turn left in 05.
over that place. Montgomery.
And the other aircraft calling Sydney approach, say
Contact here is Sydney through flight 170, information
Sydney Harbour ahead.
approach, sent to
Manly right there.
8000, runway 34 left, expect independent visual approach.
Standard QNH 1014.
Emirates 410, turn left.
Approach checklist, altitudes and instruments set.
Descend to 3000.
Approach aids have been set and checked, and standby ADI coming on. Landing lights are on. Cabin crew, seats for arrival. Landing lights on, logo lights on. And there's that turbulence kicking in.
Cafe 161, contact Sydney Tower 120.5. Emirates 410, descend to 3000. You just have to localizer, runway 34 left.
Let's get a 1014 on the standby also.
Emirates 410, are you visual or prefer the ILS approach? Emirates 410, cleared ILS runway 34 left approach.
There's AWIS. VIS. I'll kind of turn us towards Middle Harbour. Right there you can see Long Reef. And the Narrabeen Lakes right there.
Star 403, Sydney approach, descend to 8000, runway 34 right, expect independent visual approach.
I think I'll just go level change so I can get down at 240 knots. Yeah, that moderate turbulence, moderate to severe turbulence is certainly paying off right now.
Qantas 8% 6,000.
76,000 Qantas 8.
Emirates 410, contact tower 120.5.
Thousand foot to go. There's the Sydney Harbour. MCP speed, altitude acquired. Going to roll back the speed down to 220 knots. Just give it a bit of a brake in.
Velocity 1142, descends at 3,000, you have 25 track miles.
Down 3,000, runway velocity 1142, down 3,000 feet. Set, 220 knots, level change. About 25 knots crosswind there at the moment.
Just 403, descend to 6,000.
Let's go, engine start switches on, continuous. Set to both. Just need them a little bit earlier in this turbulence.
Sydney approach, good evening, Jet Star 506. Jet Star 506 approach, descend to 8000, runway 34, left 6 independent visual approach. Descend to 8000, runway 34 left, expect independent visual approach, Jet Star 506, 506. Velocity 1142, turn right heading 240, descend to 2000.
Down 2000, heading 240, velocity 1142. Heading 240 set, 2000 foot set. And reducing the flap up speed, make it 210. Port Hacking River, just over there, and the Georges River in the bay. I spy with my little eye something beginning with T.
Velocity 1142, AE visual.
Also 1142, AFAD.
Velocity 1142, turn right heading 300, going final, 34 right, cleared visual approach.
Heading 300, trying the visual approach and clear visual approach, runway 34 right, velocity 1142.
On a day, descend to 4000.
Let's go flaps 1. And the thing that I spotted with a T was a T-gas target.
On a day.
Copy 2500. Let's roll the speed back down. 185. Just trying to get that speed down past 200 knots so it doesn't clip it. Nearly there now. Let's go flaps 5. Flap 5 speed, which is about 165.
Just 506, descend to 6000.
Get out.
Descend 6000, just 506. Velocity 1142, contact tower 124.7. See ya.
Over tower 124.7, velocity 1142. Catch up. Flaps 15. White dot speed 160. Set. Sydney tower velocity 1142. Final 34 right.
Velocity 1142. Sydney tower. Good evening. Runway 34 right. Continue approach.
Continue approach. Velocity 1142. My airplane. .146. That tells us the problem. Let's add 5 knots. Okay. 151 set. Flat 30. Pappy in sight. On path.
Sydney Tower, good evening. Master Jet 020. Freeware flight for clearance to Dubai.
Master Jet 010, contact Sydney ground 121.7.
Roger, contacting ground on 121.70. Thank you, sir.
And velocity 1142, approach up 290 degrees, 13 knots, runway 34 right. Clear to land.
348, clear to land, velocity 1142. Okay, I've got 11 knots from the left, so I'll be crabbing and then unloading to the right with the rudder. Landing checklist. Engine start switch is set, continuous. Speed brake is armed. Landing gear down through green. Flap set. Through 500. Visual. Stable. Check. Landing. $80 knots. Ground speed. 60 knots. Manual braking. And there's uniform. That's exactly where I want to go. Sydney.
And velocity 1142. Just up ahead. Take a left onto Lima and call the ground 121.7. Good night.
Left on Lima and ground 121.7, velocity 1142. Landing lights coming off. Taxi lights on. Strobes off. Captain side clock is off. 1 hour and 10 minutes. Ground 117.
Pakistan 456, you are cleared to Melbourne via Wollongong via Tango. Mayor for departure with Wollongong transfer, runway 34 right. Climb and maintain 5,000 once airborne, or I'll get back to you with the full code. And departures are with Sydney departures 123.0.
City ground, velocity 1142 is holding short of the Charlie intersection with Lima to taxi back to Terminal 2.
One 142, get a taxi, Bravo, cross runway 25. Jump off at Charlie 2, taxi to your 8.
Cover that via Bravo, Bravo 4, Charlie 2 to the apron, domestic 2, velocity 1142.
And bring on JK 279 request clear.
Corner 747.
Six is clear to Melbourne, 4 non-plan route, we're on 4 departure, runway 34 right, initial climb to find down, pass on 123.0, okay.
Okay, we're clear to Melbourne Marble and Long Flight land route, maintain 5,000, 404 departure, Wollongong transition. The bus frequency wants to be 3 days delay and copy away from the squawk code at 279. I've got CAD 279, who will you speak to? Okay, 279. I'll take your index. Squawk code is 4531. Okay, 4531. Okay, 279. Already. Move on to the next delivery. Conversation is no problem. Wanted a fleet call sign. Conversation is a heavy main taxi where you want. You know, it's up to you. Alright, next clearance, one at a time, let's go.
3946, clear side on the plan route, 4 departure, Wollongong transition. Runway 34 right, initial climb 5,000, delay, full code, pass on 123.
What's the 850, was that you?
Pakistan 456.
Pakistan 456, my apologies. Squawk 4503 for Pakistan 456.
Emirates A380 over there.
4503 Pakistan.
It's in the ground, corner 741, request pushback and descent, corner self 1.
Okay, let's turn on that APU. Get that running.
741.
The last station calling, what's the call sign, sorry?
City ground, the Hold Scout 1, ready to take.
I missed that call sign, sorry, you're going to have to be really close on me right now.
How many beers do you have so far?
That is irrelevant.
There's
I'm just
1825.
a little bit stressed out, that's all.
Alright, I'll say it nice and slowly. Hold Scout 1, Hold Scout 1.
Okay, header centering at Charlie 2 from Bravo 4. And I see our gates. They're all nice and empty. .35 will go. There's Bravo 4.
City ground, Pakistan 452, push stop.
KPU is ready. Let's grab it on bus 2.
456 meeting, sorry, get pushed through.
Quarter past now. Means we're a little bit late now. Good, no one's pushing back in the bay.
Who needs clearance? Come on, next.
There's Tiger Airways.
Yeah, Sydney Ground, quite a fast. Simply on requesting a taxi clearance 334 left from Qantas Golf 1.
Alright, I'll get you taxi Charlie, continue down to Lima.
Yeah, West Wind Virtual Airlines.
I'll get back to you once you're there.
And the Tiger. On the
Taxi right, Charlie, Lima, and...
oh, if we catch a Tiger from that gate. Real life. Anyway, going in here.
Sydney Ground on scale 1, request taxi from the GA to your runway 34 left.
So calling taxi Doc onto Charlie, onto Lima, hold short runway 34 left. You should be behind another aircraft. I'll get you clear as soon as possible.
Taxi Golf Charlie Lima, follow the aircraft and keep an eye out for the 34 left. On scale 1.
Sydney Ground, good evening, this is Aussie 935, requesting clearance to Britain.
On the brakes. Park brake set. AV on the bus. And AV on the leads. And engines shutting down. Number 2. Number 1. Cool.
Sydney Ground, just 506, clear of runway 34 left.
Coming off. Taxi's off.
Yeah,
Collision lights.
Can you try another frequency, try and get them to take you in? I'm a little bit slowed in right
Collision
now.
lights come off.
Just
Fuel
506,
dampers off
full
and
cut.
hydraulics are off. And on APU generator. Heats are off. And IRS coming off. Look at the doors. Cargo doors opening. And the gate is secure.
There will be ground east and controllers coming on who is going to control all of the domestic terminal traffic. So once he comes on, switch to that frequency, and the current frequency is going to be...
Cool. So doors are open. People are leaving. And the bags being unpacked. Well, there we go. One flight from Ballina and to Aussie scenery down to Sydney, the Ben O'Henny scenery. I hope you enjoyed the flight. This has been Musical Aviator on the Sydney RealOps fly-in on VATSIM. Also thanks to event coordinator, I think it was David Tom that made this one. So, good work. Lots of air traffic control. This is Musical Aviator signing out on one more successful flight. Catch ya.